Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today is 22nd May 2023. My name is T.S.V. Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. This is my spiritual vlog on YouTube. Haribol TRSV Nectar NECTAR Nectar. In this particular vlog, in all my previous videos, we have been talking about the knowledge and information that we have gleaned through the study of spiritual books, scriptures, contemplation on the material universe, and meditation on the spiritual universe. This particular video is no exception to that rule. In fact, it is a mere continuation of what we have been doing in my past few videos. Sorry. Today, we shall continue our discussion about the English proverb, "It is but a step from the sublime to the ridiculous." But before that, please subscribe to this vlog and press the bell icon so that I may keep reminding you of my other videos. So let us continue with this particular saying in the English language. Yesterday we talked about the introduction regarding this particular saying. Though it takes a lot of effort to climb up the ladder of success in life, it takes just a slip to tumble down to bottomless pit or to pass on to oblivion. This we shall see in the following case history. In this case history, there was this young man from a state in South India who was born in that state in a village, but who, with his family, came to Madras, the capital of that particular period of India, also known as Madras Presidency, and began a hotel opposite the High Court of Madras Presidency. Madras Presidency later on became capital of Tamil Nadu in India and is now called Chennai. In this particular city, this guy who was quite bright studied and got educated and graduated with flying colors. But alas, right from his childhood, he was a megalomaniac with sincere delusions of grandeur. He sincerely believed that he deserved more than he had ever got. Later on, in his early 20s, he landed a job in the government and was posted to another state in India. From there, he progressed steadily and was transferred to another state in India. This man's name was Lakshmanan, and he was born in the year 1929 in a particular state in South India. Now, this man continued with his job, but soon people found that this guy walked with a chip on his shoulder and considered himself Haranford or bigger person or a superior person, and others as untermenschen, that is low class people. In this process, he passed so many comments that he made several enemies down the line in that particular city itself in his own department. Nobody liked him, nobody trusted him. This guy was so avaricious and ambitious that he never hesitated to rub people on the wrong side to achieve his own nefarious purposes. This guy had two sons and one daughter. His wife was very pious and nice, and her good deeds came to shine on that daughter and the younger son. The daughter became a doctor and settled down in the same South Indian village where this guy had once been born. The younger son went to the States and became a successful engineer, settling down in Washington in America. However, the nemesis was not through with this Mr. Lakshmanan. This Mr. Lakshmanan had one elder son who was also equally brilliant and multifaceted and talented person who was a doctor, a magician, and a writer. This boy was very successful materialistically as a doctor and would have done a lot in life on the material side if he had gone legit and he could have achieved flying colors. In fact, it could be said that he was far more talented than his younger siblings, both girl and boy. This eldest son, however, probably because of his karma, came under the influence of this Lakshmana and was born crooked and conniving. He was as selfish, as negatively resourceful, and as avaricious as his father. Soon, father and son began to indulge in some illegal activity just to make money and to become big shots materialistically. In the year 2001, this boy, the eldest son, was caught red-handed by the Tamil Nadu police, where these boys had settled down in a private practice in Chennai and was imprisoned for 14 years in a central jail in Chennai. This guy, Lakshmanan's life tumbled down. He had worked so hard for decades to climb up the ladder of this society. He had, in that process, rubbed too many people on the wrong side. Probably their ill will and their curses had broken on the head of this Lakshman at the age of 72, as a result of which this eldest son, who was in his early 40s or mid 40s, was arrested and put behind bars by the Tamil Nadu government. This guy was imprisoned for 14 years. The distraught mother of this boy refused to see him in the court, and she died a forlorn and broken woman. Lakshman also fled into oblivion. His younger children supported him at that time, but it so happened that the youngest son probably never came back to India to get involved in his elder brother's criminal activities. This Lakshman had to do with living with his daughter and his son-in-law in the same state where this guy was born 72 years ago. He had to live with them till the eldest son was released 14 years later, and this guy also was banned by the medical federation, was allowed not to practice so well as he had been doing before, was rejected by people, had become a social outcast, was too notorious for comfort, and the civilized society rejected or avoided both son and the father. The thing for which this father had worked hard for so many decades came hurtling down and went into a bottomless pit. This guy always thought that he was socially and materialistically superior to others, but now he was not only a persona non grata, but this guy had to run back to his own village to hide his own face. His nice, pious, gentle wife was already dead. Today, this man, who is in his mid 90s, is living in the same city where he was born, unknown to anybody, under the protection of his daughter and his son in law, whereas this eldest son, who had been in the prison, is now living in a jungle sort of area on the outskirts of the same city in the company of cats, dogs, monitor lizards, etc. He has no decent friends except those who he knew from his school days and who have been condescending enough to tolerate him even now. Even among those guys, there are only few and far between. The irony is that those guys who were at that time during the school days considered to be rogues or outlaws in the class or dropouts type of people are now doing quite well and are very rich, living in either the capital of this country or in United States of America. Whereas this guy who had a lot of promise, who had shown a lot of promise at that time, is now living like a hermit in a jungle in the state where once his father was born and from where this own boy hailed. He is a nobody, nobody knows him, though he pretends to be very close to top politicians and ministers. Anybody who listens to him takes him with a bucket of salt because the father and son had always been trust, untrustworthy. This shows that though it takes years to climb up the ladder of the society, it takes just one slip of your step to come down rapidly and to pass into oblivion before you blink your eye. You would never have imagined to come down so low in your lifetime. You are now allowed to stew in your own juice and to live in your own cauldron of poison all your life. Kindly let me know what you think of my talk on this particular case history. Please give me your own expert opinions, thoughts, ideas, and views so that I may blend everything together for the sake of this society. Please, before concluding, I would like to remind you that I am also a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. This is my spiritual work, Haribol TRSV nectar, as I had said even before. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.